Yeah, they blame us for everything. We're always wrong. It's our fault. They're missing the pitches, right? Our coaches blame us. Our parents get mad at us. No one really understands the frustration except us, right? Well, we're super lucky to get to hear from Jen and Jodie, who are a pitcher-catcher combo team at Cal State Fullerton. Jen donated all of the We Are War Paint colored eye black for your guys' bags. We're so thankful for that. And Jodie, I didn't even know this, was just named Associate Head Coach at UCR. Congratulations. And both of them played at Cal State Fullerton. What years did you guys graduate?
2000.
In 2000, they graduated.
Brings up Titan Tuppies, you know it's been a while.
But both of them were two instrumental players in Cal State Fullerton history. If any of you guys have been to that field, they host big college tournaments, and they've got this crazy, awesome band. It's across their outfield fence. It's a great place to go to, and you will see both of them on that fence. You'll read about their culture, and you will read about these names and what they did for Cal State Fullerton's program. So I'm so happy that they're able to talk to you about this pitcher-catcher dynamic. We're gonna be the cutest duo ever.
Hi, you guys. So wonderful to be here tonight. A room full of catchers. Oh my God. This is incredible.
Bless you all.
Yes. I know, and I apologize. I realize I called a pitcher. I know. But you guys will soon see that the woman standing next to me is one of the most incredible human beings I've ever had a pleasure to compete with and catch for. And therefore, it was this beautiful topic that bubbled up when Jen started to talk about a catching retreat. I mean, well, first of all, Jodie and I were just talking about the fact that Jen basically can sell iced Eskimos. So when she calls, you just say yes. Yeah. Jen, can more paint be in the bags? Yes. Can you come and talk? Yes. Can I bring a friend? Yeah. So next to me, you guys, is Jodie Cox. As you've heard, she is the associate head coach at UC Riverside. She's also one of my most favorite people, one of the people that impressed me the most, one of the people that I aspired to be and actually felt extremely fortunate to actually be a part of your story. And so with that being said, man, you guys are the 1%. You guys are stinking incredible. This room right here. And you guys don't, right? I know you guys think it's commonplace. You guys see these people all the time. Gal to your left, gal to your right, blonde, brown, we all look the same. I get it. But what you'll soon realize when you get to be our lovely age is it's a pretty exceptional group that you guys operate within. And Sam said it best. None of you guys will do this alone. You will actually be fortunate enough to do it with others, and how you interact with those relationships will actually make or break your experience. And so, like I said, I have the fortune to stand up here and speak to you guys with one of my most favorite people in the world. And what I wanted to highlight today is actually, it is a lot of pressure, I know. What we get to highlight today is actually the unspoken sweetness that we get to enjoy outside of the skill set that you guys are gonna grind out for the next couple days. So when I had the opportunity to stand up here and talk to you guys, what do you talk about? We talk about blocking. Do we talk about umpires? Why do they lean on me? I don't understand. Right? Are you tired? Do we need a break? I don't get it. A lot of really wonderful things, but then I realized when I look back at my career, I don't see statistics. Yes, I had a very fortunate opportunity to play with Olympians, All-Americans, Pan-Americans, blah, 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 blah. I remember friendships. I remember competing. I remember losing. I remember growing, failing with grace, and always being excited to see what was around that next corner, always trying to get better. And so with that being said, Jodie Cox, without question, is instrumental in my memory of college softball. And so there were three things I wanted to bring up today for she and I to discuss with you guys about the battery. Man, pitchers, we need them, right? Without them, we don't get to catch. It doesn't really work without a pitcher, right? So one of the biggest things that I can express to you guys is continually be a student of communication. Pitchers are princesses. Pitchers are your best friends. Pitchers are a pain in the, right? But how you learn to communicate with them and how you learn to manage them gracefully will actually build your relationship. And being able to communicate with Jodie was such a pleasure. She is, without question, my biggest fan. And therefore, she made me work harder for her. You know, if you guys don't know Jodie Cox, you're gonna go home and Google her tonight. She's a left-handed pitcher. Her go-to pitch was a drop curve, which was the sweetest thing a catcher could ask for because it came in beautifully to the inside for a right-handed catcher.
All the time.
All the time.
It never short hopped you, ever. Ever.
This chin.
Ever.
Nothing. I didn't even need a chest protector.
Ever. 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 No, it never did.
Lies. Sorry, I'm sorry. But ladies, you guys, like Jen was talking about earlier, you guys are the leaders. You guys are the presence. You're the only one that sees the entire field, and you only have to work in the 3-foot radius, right? How awesome is that? So with that being said, your presence has to be bold. You have to command it, but you also have to know what you're looking for, what you're trying to draw out of people, what you need. The art of communication is huge. How you learn to talk to each other, how you learn to communicate with your pitcher and draw out of her every ounce that she has available is your mission. Without question, you guys will get to do skills the next 2 days, but I want you to constantly keep in mind, look around you. Who's blocking more efficiently than you? Who's popping up more efficiently? Who has a better transfer? Who has a better pop time? Go talk to them. Find out what they're doing that maybe you could be doing. And that's how your communication grows, and that's how you become more efficient. So with that being said though, I want to kind of get a peek behind the curtain and see how well that I actually did communicating in college and what Jodie actually looks for in catchers, because I think it's such vital information for you guys to hear it from the horse's mouth.
That's really scary. No, you suck. Communicating. So catchers, my most favorite thing is Jen would, she wore a bow, so she'd take her mask off, and her hair was like all. She was a hot
You're not
mess.
supposed to take your mask off.
No,
Never.
Catch, and I promise you, if you take anything from this, catchers make pitchers look good. And I promise you, I coach at UC Riverside, and one of our pitchers was the first no-hitter this year, blah, blah, blah. And I said, as a pitcher, are you guys sitting? The catcher, it should be a pitcher and catcher no-hitter, not just a pitcher. Because that girl threw pitches in the dirt! And who stopped them? The catchers. So you guys are just amazing. And I promise you, and I say in clinics, like, how cute, like, oh, you girls, like, you wear, your uniform and you wear your gear, no. Thank God you guys do that. We're hopeless, and you know that. I mean, I consider myself an athlete, but we're hopeless.
Interesting tangent about Jodie Cox. So, first rule of thumb, you guys, if you have an opportunity to communicate more efficiently these next 2 days, take a stab at it. I promise you it matters. When it's this bottom of the 7th and she has nothing left in her tank, but you need one more pitch from her to be exactly how you practiced it, it's gonna be what you give her of what draws it out.
Whether
It's
they
not.
think it or not, it's not your
But you guys know this. You know this. But let's get to the second part of what I was excited to talk with you guys about, which is after you guys realize that you guys are going to be excellent communicators, you guys also have to realize that you have to be cheerleaders. It's part of the role. It's one of the hats. I, without question, am her biggest fan. Even when she throws balls in the dirt and they bounce up my chest. But that little spot right there on the wrist. What is that about? The chills. The chills, right? Yeah. Jen, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine, Joe. Let's do it again. Yeah, drop curve. Let's do it. You have to be their biggest fans. Does not mean that you need to be fluffy. They are the toughest critics. Even though our pitchers stand on a mound and they have big bows, they are absolutely the hardest critics on themselves, sometimes parents aside. You guys don't need to be that for them. You guys need to be their biggest fans. They're working hard. You guys just need to figure out how can you help them work more efficiently. So I figured out my role quickly in Cal State Fullerton. Why did Coach Gramacki not allow us to drink soda? I'm still not sure about this. Yeah. So Jodie, okay, this is hysterical. We had a rule. We couldn't drink soda on the road, but during the week was fine. Okay. And which was interesting because when Coach Schweikert and Gramacki would come down, we're in a Marriott and we're having, community breakfast, they have Diet Cokes in front of them. Okay. This one, we would like to deem Dr. Pepper sweet nectar of the gods. True story. And so if Jodie and I were warming up prior to a game, there would always become that time about 5 minutes before anything would start, and she would disappear. And I knew at that moment my role was to be distractor. Coach came by, don't worry, Coach, she's in the bathroom, handling stuff. That woman had it down. Her dad would have like a side handoff behind a stadium. She would go to the bathroom, she would chug a Dr. Pepper, she would finish it, she would come back out, we'd throw one batter, we'd go to the game. Perfect. No soda, not here, Coach. Mm-mm. But again, ladies, communication and investment in her let me know that Dr. Pepper mattered. I know it seems ridiculous, but it did, it mattered, right? It is these layers and these relationships that actually make you guys exceptional. It is very small difference between good and great, you guys, and it's these details that matter. If she needs Dr. Pepper before a game and I have to be defense, I'm in, right? I get it. The drop curve, actually comes to my mitt and not off my face because of Dr. Pepper, I'm in. So, be their biggest fans even when it hurts. Because I guarantee you, they're not trying to throw the balls in the dirt on purpose, right? They are absolutely working just as hard as we are. It's more frustrating for some reason. I don't know why. And lastly, ladies, we are the most important. I know, it's the best kept secret, I know. Lastly, you guys, you never had a crown. You had a little bell. Lastly, you guys, know your role. When is it time to be a cheerleader? When is it time to be working on communication? When is it time to be working on your skill set? When is it time to be a fan? And when is it time for her to actually carry you? The sweetest thing that I learned from Jodie Cox was how to have good crappy days. Whenever you saw Jodie on the mound, you couldn't tell if we were winning, you couldn't tell if it was tied, you couldn't tell if it was 18-0. That was the sweetness that I had ability to be a part of, and I actually took my cue from her. We grinded every day to make sure that we gave 100% of whatever we had. If 50% was in our tank, you got 100% of 50%, without question. With learning to have good crappy days with you, which allowed us to have more wonderful days together. Because we were able to grind consistently in the trenches, right? The change-up. We're getting there. Again, ladies, I couldn't tell you what our record was at Cal State Fullerton. I could tell you it was pretty stinking good. I played with the best of the best. And I remember Jodie Cox in the change-up and Dr. Pepper. And these are the things that I take away from a college career. Are you kidding me? I worked with Jodie, it had been months, it felt like months. On hours, months, on the change-up. Oh my God. I mean, you talk about not making it to second. She couldn't make it to home plate. Oh my God, right? Oh, and it was like these lob things to the point where it was like her arm would detach and kind of wobble. And I'm like, what are you doing? Sorry, this one, okay. We worked hard at that pitch. And this is why I called her, you guys. I am actually going to give her an opportunity to actually talk about catchers. She gave me half the credit, always. She never pitched alone. And if you guys ever have an opportunity to have a relationship like that, some of my college girls, maybe you have, it is one of the most impactful things you ever be a part of, because you realize that softball is bigger than you. And it's bigger than her, and it's bigger than both of us. And man, we get to do this together, I'm in. So Jodie and I grind at this changeup to the point where I think that Dee Dee kind of like thought we were lost causes at one point, you know? Jen, what do you want to do in the bullpen today? Changeup, coach. Really? Are you sure? Yeah, coach, I think it's good. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. I know we were 60 days in, but she's gonna get it. And this is where you need to jump in on my memory. I couldn't tell you who we were playing, where we were. Oh.
We were one game from the World Series. So
That's why I blocked it. Okay.
yeah, someone else started the game. I didn't. I was in right field. And 7th inning, game. Dropped the fly ball. Dropped the fly ball. So yeah. Yeah, we were half an inning from making it to the World Series, and what they don't get, we called our own game.
I know.
We called our own game. Are you guys with me? We called our own game. Jen, could you love it?
Yeah.
Yes, we called our own game, and we were playing University of Oregon. It was 2-1, almost 34, and I remember this. We called our own game, and 7th inning, top of 7th, and Jen calls a changeup.
Day 75. Let's do this, Jen.
Yeah. This girl, runner at third, this girl's crazy. I was like, I'm gonna rock this changeup. Because I trust this girl, who now I think is crazy, but I love her.
Spread my fingers so big in a glove.
And you guys, I will never forget freaking changeup. Strike 3. I know, it was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
How did that
Looking. Yeah, day 500. Oh my gosh.
What I hope to accomplish today, you guys, by calling Jodie and obviously having this interaction, this was built. This X factor, this relationship, this trust, this responsibility, it was built with a lot of hours in a bullpen, with a lot of respect for one another, and we each had to meet each other halfway. And if you have an opportunity to be the bigger party in that battery relationship and charge that battery and meet them halfway, it's pretty spectacular the things you guys will accomplish together. It's going to be difficult. It is absolutely going to be hard. You are going to throw a lot of change-ups in the dirt. But it's worth it, ladies. It is worth trekking up that mountain, getting the big candy bar, seeing the bigger picture, because did we go to a World Series? Absolutely not. Would it have been lovely? Of course. But I am so proud of that 7th inning looking change-up, because it is something that she and I earned together. And you guys have an opportunity to be a part of that relationship. Go all in, ladies. It is absolutely stinking worth it. So I know I've taken up a ton of your time, and obviously I'm so excited to see so much quality here in one room. So if I can just say, lastly, you can get your We Are War paint after the event outside. No, in all fairness, you guys, it's such a pleasure to be here. It is such a pleasure to obviously have your attention. Parents, they don't get it yet. They will. They'll call in about 15 years and go, Mom, that was a lot. I appreciate it. They will. They'll come, I promise. But ladies, more than anything, choose to get better these next 2 days. Make a choice. Your parents have gotten you this far. This is just an opportunity. It's up to you to actually take it and make something of it. Does that make sense? Any last words to this amazing group of catchers? You want to say the address to UC Riverside?
I would not be here without you girls. Thank goodness. It is. You guys deserve the no-hitter as much as we do!